may this video find the pure-hearted soul, the pure hearts that it needs to, because you have been exercising a level of moral code that is actually detrimental to you. What? Right? It's like, what? How can you ever exercise moral code that's detrimental? What I mean by that is, honesty is not for everybody. And I had to learn that. Especially when you're in spiritual warfare, especially when you are, you hear the cat? Especially when you are at confirmation, especially when you are navigating situations in which you need to be discreet, in which you need to protect things, yourself, your dreams, what you are doing. It is of the utmost importance that you realize that you cannot be honest with everybody. You just cannot. You can call it what you want. You can call it lying. You can call it withholding the truth. You can call it omitting the truth. But whatever you have to do, because in narcissistic households, in households that don't have boundaries, that don't have privacy, you know, when people aren't giving you what they give themselves, when they're wanting you to be an open book, but yet they have like 1,000 secrets. They have all these little hush hush things that they would never say, that they would never tell, but they want you to tell all your business. When you just around just plain old nosy people, okay? Because everybody that's asking you about your business, not only do they not everybody not care, everybody is only wanting that information sometimes so they can use it against you. And this is where discernment comes in. And this is where sometimes if you don't even have discernment, and discernment just means being able to tell things for what they are. If you don't have that yet, stop telling anybody. Start keeping things hush hush, right? And if you're like, well, Faith, you know what I'm saying, it's hard for me to keep things hush hush because my family, my this, my that, the people who I'm around, my job, my coworkers, because coworkers are some of the nosiest mother. Make up a story. Get used to making up a story, okay? Say whatever comes to your head, just make sure it ain't the truth. It is what it is, okay? I had to learn that because I come from a religious background, and all of that high moral, tell the truth, does this, do that, do this, do that, you know, if you're a sinner, you're gonna go to hell, and if your life isn't great, this is why, because you're not following in the steps of the Lord. You know, making you feel all this guilt and pressure. That will get you in trouble. I'm telling you this right now. It's gonna get you in trouble every time. And this is why I love spirituality, because spirituality is saying move how you need to move. I'm not saying move out here prove shiesty. I'm not saying be shiesty out here. But it is okay to protect your privacy. You don't have to be an open book. That doesn't, being brutally honest with everybody about things that you need to be kept hidden, that you need to be protecting. Protecting yourself is okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. Not telling somebody something doesn't make you a bad person, because that's what narcissistic households have conditioned you to believe. Narcissistic parents, narcissistic family members, because they feel like they have a right to know your information. Narcissistic jobs, because in nursing they were so nosy. Sometimes they were so nosy, and if you weren't volunteering information, you was looked at as, you know what I'm saying, oh, she, you know what I'm saying, she's mean, she's this, she's that. No, you don't even like me. Because what I've experienced is once you tell them that information, they either go, and then stop talking with you because they just wanted to know what they wanted to know. They start talking about you behind your back. Or if it's family members or if it's people close to you, if it's something that you really need to guard, they will use that information against you. Oh, I'm trying to do a new workout regimen. Oh, now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Let's go out to eat. Let's go to McDonald's. You want some of your favorite food? Oh, I'm trying to lose a few pounds. Oh, let's go to your favorite food place. Sabotage is real, okay? Misery, the term misery loves company, that is so real. And sometimes you can't tell everybody what you got going on. But being mom set off alerts, okay? And this is why I say, and so I know some of you are just like, well, why you gotta lie? Why don't, just don't say anything. When you're under scrutiny, when you're protecting something, but you don't want everybody to know that you're actually protecting something, that's the best way to go incognito. To not even let them know that you incognito. They don't even know. So you seem like an open book. So you seem like you're answering questions. You may seem a little bit under restraint, because I'm not just saying go out there and tell tall tales like you're just volunteering. Hey, let me tell you what I did yesterday and what I'm going to be doing, what I'm working on. And you just volunteering a lie. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when they ask you, you know how people do. So what's been going on with you? Oh, nothing. Same old, same old. I've been in the house bored watching TV. Whole time you've been in the gym just. That is not a nothing. Because I work out. That is not a nothing. But you know, you get it. Oh, excuse me, y'all. That's one of them nasty coughs. Let me tell you something. My little baby got me sick. It's one of them little nasty. I can't wait till it's gone. Anyways. Discrepancy. Don't be telling everybody your business. You don't have to. I promise you don't have to. Okay? Oh, my mom always seems to call me and ask me what's going on, but I got siblings, and every time I tell her my business, somehow it seems like they know my business too. It's okay to stop telling mom your business. It's okay to stop telling dad your business. Okay? If they keep repeating your business, if you feel like your business isn't safe and secure with them, then stop telling them things that you don't want other people to know. Stop venting to people. This is a big one, guys. Stop venting. I heard this saying, and it stuck with me ever since. And ever since then, I really stopped venting to people. I'm like, oh no. You know what they say about vents? They lead to other rooms. That's what vents do. It take things from one place and take them to somewhere else. So whatever you're venting to somebody, best believe it's going to end up somewhere else. Stop venting to people. Oh, how is you and such and such? You know what I'm saying? If you always got the boyfriend, the girlfriend stories, the relationship stories, you know what I'm saying? Something always not going good in your relationship or at your job. And you know, people get addicted to your misery. People get addicted to your problems. People, you know what I'm saying? You become people's favorite TV show. I have been people's favorite TV show. You know, friends' favorite TV show. You know, people who I thought were my friends, you know, who was only calling me to get the latest tea because they knew I was an open book. Family members who they was like, oh yeah, let me just get a little boost of feel good because her life seems to be doing so bad. And you know what I'm saying? Ooh, this not going good in my life. But you know what? I can always get a pick-me-up from her because I know she always going through something too. And do not mistake that for camaraderie. Do not mistake that for, oh, they just want somebody to relate to. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not telling you their business. Or if they do, it's only a little bit. They make it seem less than yours. Or they always giving you advice about what you're going through, right? And notice whether they start to seem excited, whether they think it's funny, whether, listen, you know, you talk to these people enough, you know when something is amusing to them. You know when something is like, oh my goodness, you going through what? Instead of being like, oh my gosh, you going through that again? They be like, oh my goodness, what happened? Girl, why you bad, leave that man? You got a little bit too hype for me, okay? It sounds like you might be enjoying this a little bit too much. So the next time they call, the next time they ask, they be like, you know what? It's been good over here. We've been chilling. And y'all could have had a full bust down argument yesterday. A full bust down, a full throw down argument. Like, could have almost came to blows on some real toxic. But that's your business. And it's not your business to be telling everybody. And then watch. Take notes and watch. Who stops calling you now that everything good? So you know, they're gonna call for a little bit though. They're gonna call. They're gonna be like, oh, everything good today. But next week, I'm sure next week, it's gonna be something next week, because it's something every week, or maybe 2 weeks from now. And just see over time. See, stuff like this, when you're implementing stuff like this, you gotta be patient. You have to be patient. Because you got to think how people think. People be like, oh, well, it's been good for a couple weeks, but it's usually not good. So just give it some time. They be on the effing out, and I be, I'm here for the tea. I'm here for the tea. I be here, and I be here and ready for it. Or she going to be calling me soon, talking about some negative. Just watch and see. If your conversations start getting shorter, if the calls start decreasing, you know, because, you know, they don't want to hear you talk about nothing good. They don't want to talk about how your life is chilling and you feeling good and you looking good. And that's how you can tell the real from the fake. The people who you need to have in your life from the people who you need to create distance with. That's how you can tell who you need to be honest with, who you can be honest with, and who you need to just say, oh. And you might even find, you be like, you know what, I don't even live with none of these people. So if I can't be honest with you, if I feel like you enjoy my misery, I'm just not going to talk to you. And that's your right too. That's the next step. People start getting cut off because you realize, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. What's that little thing? Wait a damn minute. This only call me when she wants some tea. I'm tired of being the tea in everybody else's life. Or just chill and see see how your relationship's going. Is everything going good in your life? See if they start sharing stuff about their life. Well, boo, how's everything going with you and your boo? Because last time I talked, it wasn't good with me. But then you was saying, you had like mentioned briefly that, you know what I'm saying, y'all was having a little bit of issues. What happened with that? Oh, girl, nothing. It was just, that wasn't nothing. It was something that I thought, and something. Or, oh, bro, that's just, it was just, you know what I'm saying, a little something. Oh, that wasn't nothing. I ain't really trying to talk about that right now. Well, let's go work out. Let's go do something. You know what I'm saying? They switching the subject. It's like, all right. Okay. So you can only share when I'm the butt of the conversation. When I got the most to talk about. That's the only time where you can share, is when I got the most to talk about. Okay. Okay, cool. You won't get another thing from me. Because this honesty, this disclosure, that pouring your heart out, that venting, that needs to be a reciprocal thing. And certain things, ladies and gentlemen, You don't need to tell anybody whether it's reciprocal or not. Learn to keep things to yourself. Because you don't need anybody's extra, even if they're coming from the best place, right? Sometimes people are human. Sometimes they can get caught up in a little bit of jealousy, and then they can look back maybe 2 days later and be like, dang, why was I thinking about that? I'm hating. I just need to I need to focus on myself, right? And maybe that's an honest reflection, self-reflection, introspection that they have within themselves. But they still 2 days ago sent you that negative energy on that dream, that baby that you need to be nurturing and protecting, that newborn baby that you're not letting everybody hold. You're not about to let your newborn baby be in my arms right now with my little you're like, oh no, baby, you sick. No. That's how you need to do with your dreams. Because while you can visibly see that I'm sick, you may not see the sickness in other people's heart or other people's mind. And it may only be temporary, just like sicknesses are temporary. It may not even be something where it's like, maybe somebody is really experiencing a down in their life, and you're experiencing a high. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm realizing I'm getting the keys to the universe. Woo, right? Like, you're getting all these epiphanies and all this stuff is going well for you, right? Like, your life is just really like banging out. And they're in like their dark night of the soul where things are falling apart. Things have to fall apart to come back together, but they're not at that point yet. They don't see it. Right now, they're just seeing everything fall apart. And you guys are just in two different stages of your life, because that's just how life goes sometimes. And you want to tell them about a new adventure, a new job, a new this, before you even pass your 30-day probation. Just like in pregnancy, the first trimester, I think it's like maybe the middle of the second trimester, is where you begin to tell people, or I think it's after the first trimester, is where you begin to tell people, sorry y'all, I got on this little, I've been eating and it's been lovely, but I need to start working out. I need to start working on my core again. But anyways, and it's itchy because it's plastic saran wrap underneath it here. And I know y'all like, you was not that damn, anyway, enough about me. I am like sweating up a storm. Y'all, I was sweating so hard, like, I thought like a bug was in my shirt. That's why I just had to check. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, oh, I don't know, look. Send me the commercials that like cussing. Shoot, how about that? Because a lot of people don't cuss because they be like, well, I want to get monetized with commercials with the ads. Send me something that's cuss friendly. God dang. Anyways, it's really distracting too, because it's hot. So this is it's gonna be 96 degrees today. If you like, why are you sweating so hard? Like, what's going on? Like, what? Anyways, protect it. If you're just getting that job, if you are going on that interview, if you are going for that loan, if you're looking for houses, anything in those beginning stages before it's like, boom, finalized, it's yours, it can't be taken back. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you had the job for 30 days, you off probation, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, if you in that 30 days, you tell somebody all of a sudden you late. You catch a tire flat, and next thing you know, they firing you because you in your 30 days. No, tell them after, because you may get to telling them, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And then when y'all get off the phone, they get to thinking about their own life, and they like, well, what is such and such doing that I'm not doing? That's negative energy right there. Boom, being sent to you. Boom, that's a dagger. And it is. And it can be just as innocent as that is, what are they doing that I'm not doing? uh why can't I just get something like them? You know, that extra hard thinking, where your attention and your focus goes, so too does go energy. So your energy goes where you focus, that's where your energy goes. And if you're worried, if you're in a state of worry, in a state of feeling like things aren't going good for you and da 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 da, that's energy that you're sending. You're sending that type of negative energy to that person, to that focus, to that job that they just got. And maybe you don't realize that you do it too. And you have to catch yourself. If you ever catch yourself, honestly, because we all are human, if you ever catch yourself doing that, just be like, hey, I call back all negative energy that I may have unintentionally sent out. And it's just as simple as that. And it will come back. It will come back to you. And then when it comes back to you, because it may be like, you know, a couple hours down the road, or you just be like, I call back any negative energy and I lovingly release it into the universe to be transmuted, so it doesn't come back to you, so you don't have to deal with that same negativity again. But others, don't underestimate others. Oh, that's my mom. She would never feel that way about me. Oh, that's my best friend. We've been ride or die. She would never feel. You do not know what people are going through. You have to give people a break. And in order to give people a break, allow people to be human, sometimes you have to protect yourself a little bit more. You just go about things a little bit differently. Okay? And it's not saying that these are people you have to cut out your life in regards to that, but some of them you'll learn that you do have to cut out your life. Some of them you can't, because you're living with them, right? These are for my underage. See, I feel like I do this for all ages. This is for my 21 and under, my 18 and under. You know what I'm saying? You 16, 15, 14. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to deal with life. And you're living in a narcissistic household where people love to just know everything about you and dissect everything about you, so that when the big things come, they know that you're going to tell them. Because you've made it a habit of being an open book, of telling them everything. So now they know your whole life. Another way to kind of like curb, like to remain, to have like a level of disclosure, is sometimes it's like remaining unpredictable. So this is in behaviors, and I think maybe I'll do another video on this, but I don't know. Like, maybe let's just try it in this one. People watch you. Your people closest to you, people who you lived with, people who you went to school with, people who you spent a lot of times with, you know? And if you're not sure whether they're for you or not, if they begin to act shady, or, you know, you're trying these things out and you're like, and you're like, dang, but they already know where I like to go on Saturday mornings, Friday mornings, Thursday mornings. It is time to put in place a system where you don't even know where you're going. It's time to mix it up a little bit. It's time to invoke a little bit of mysteriousness, you know? Call upon those mysterious, like we don't know what we're going to do today. That spontaneity, call upon that spontaneity. Every inner child has a bit of spontaneity. Be spontaneous. Don't do the same thing over and over and over again, okay? Create new habits, new repetitions. If you're a creature of habit, time to create new habits, okay? Because then it's like, oh, I know me and Bae, we always go to that little cafe here. And she knows we always, because we've been to that cafe multiple times. Now all of a sudden they're frequenting, you know, you cut them off. But instead of them calling you, they want to see you in person. They want to press you in person, but they want to catch you off guard. They want to catch you in your element. People do that. Oh, she ain't been answering my phone calls. I got something for her. I'm going to pop up on her and Bae and see how they doing. Or she trying to act like her and Bae be cool, like they be cool all the time. I bet you I can take one look at them. Excuse me. I bet you I can take one look at them and tell and see whether they good or not. Just how they acting out in public. Time to switch it up a little bit. You like to go to the cafe. I'm in Baltimore. You like to go to the, let's say Chipotle. You like to go to the Chipotle, because I know where all Chipotle is at. You like to go to Chipotle on York Road. Time to go to the Chipotle on Harford Road. You like the Chipotle on St. Paul Street. Time to go to Chipotle downtown. It's time to mix it up a little bit. You like to go to Chipotle's and sit and eat. Okay, get your Chipotle to go and go sit at a park. Because people will try to throw energetic surprises, physical surprises. They will try to confront you in some of these places. They'll try to come across you in those places. I feel like they're eating me alive again, these mosquitoes. But I like doing it outside, because I feel like, you know, that's the good with the bad. You can't just take the mosquitoes outside from outside. You could wear off and all that shit, but I'm not with all of them chemicals, so got it. Ew, get off me. Cause you's probably tearing me up. Anyway. Mix it up. Mix it up. Sometimes you don't even know where you're going. Sometimes let yourself just go. And a good way to start to implement this, if you're like, I don't even know how to switch it up. I don't even know if I tried. I'm just a creature of habit. Start taking walks. Whether it's around the mall, whether it's around this, and just start from a certain point and just walk. That is a good way to build that sort of spontaneous discernment. That's what I'll call it. Excuse me. It's a discernment where you're not pre-planning in advance, because then it gets to a point where if you really under a lot of energetic and spiritual surveillance, a lot of monitoring spirit, if you think too hard about where you're going, they will pick up on that, and somehow they will mix you. You know, I've seen some crazy stuff happen about energy, regarding energy, and they will pick up energetically that you don't go to such and such no more. And if you keep thinking about that, if you keep thinking, eventually they gonna meet you. Instead of going to that York Road, you're going to Harford, they will meet you at Harford Road. They will run into you at Harford Road. And they might even say something crazy like, I had a feeling you would be here, because I ain't see you at York, but I had a feeling you would be here. And you like, you stalking me? Like, what is going on? But it is real. It is real, and you'll be surprised. These are from people who are heavily invested in your energy. When you start to pull back your energy, you're not giving them the good goods, and they've been addicted to your misery, to your chaos. They need their fix. They need their fix. And you know what I'm saying? Like junkies, they start to do anything for it. Because now that high that they start to feel about their life, now they're feeling low all the time. Now they're feeling like butt about their own life, because the only way they could deal with the bull crap in their life was to look at the bull crap in yours. Now you're not giving them that. Now they just all the time. And they need that. Oh yeah, well, at least I'm not her. Well, at least, you know what I'm saying? So they will. Don't think people won't. People will go out their way and find out how they can get that bouncing and step again and be like, oh cool, they don't want to change. They don't want nothing to change. They just want to hear how yours is worse. How they're doing better than you. Because the change too hard. But to hear how they're doing better than you, that's easy. We just need you to open up your mouth a little bit. Tell me what's going on with you. What's your problems? Oh, really? That's crazy. Well, I'm so sorry. You should have been left them. So, oh, I was saying like mix it up. I was saying like don't think too hard about it. So go on these walks, right? And just make it a habit of just start walking. Maybe you have a destination in mind, but there's multiple ways to get to that destination. You can go there, you can go there, and start in the midst as you're walking. As you come to that little street junction where you can go this way and you can go that way. Start without even thinking about it. Boom, going here. You can even be like, oh, I've been there yesterday. Let's go here. Oh, I went this way yesterday. Let me go here again. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't have to be a pattern, because you can go there 3 days in a row, go there one day, then 2 days, and then off and on, and then you know what I'm saying? Just make it a habit, and then you'll be able to do that in your everyday life. Oh, you know what? I've been trying to avoid York Road. Let me go to York Road today. I've been taking it to go. But you know what? Let me eat in today. You know what? I decided I was going to eat in today. But I don't know. I'm feeling like I might see somebody. Because then you start to develop that discernment I was talking about. That intuition starts to develop. And you can start to intuit, you know what? Somebody in my energy. Somebody might come pop up on me today. You know what? Let me do things a little bit different. Let me stay in the house today. Let me order. Let me get it delivered. And I really don't like to get it delivered, but let me get it delivered today. Because I'm not, I want to meet you where I want to meet you. You're not going to meet me, you know, you're not going to come pop up on me in my energy. I had people, when I started withdrawing my energy, I went no contact. I had people come in to knock on my door. My mother started coming to knock on my door. Those type of energetic violations and boundaries. Sometimes I wouldn't even be there because I could intuit. So then she would come crack early in the morning. And sometimes I wouldn't answer them. She wouldn't even know whether I was there or not. Sometimes I was at work because I worked overnight. They just would never know. They just would never know. Because it became to where as though I didn't even know what I was going to do. I wasn't a creature of habit. I wasn't thinking really hard about my next steps. I wasn't, that wasn't where my energy and my focus was. So they couldn't pick up on any energy current because I didn't even know. Start being like that until you can create enough separation, enough distance where they can't just energetically violate you and just you know, because people do about thinking about you too hard. I wonder what she got going on. I wonder what she doing. Now all of a sudden they tap into your energetic current and they start being like, oh, okay. Now all of a sudden they want some Chipotle at Harford Road, and then they run into you at Harford Road. Like, I'm trying to tell you, it's the stuff, it gets spooky when you start paying attention. When you start noticing, allow yourself to notice, and do not just write it off as no coincidence. That is energy. Protect yours. Protect your information. Protect what's going on in here. You don't have to be an open book to everybody. And certain pages are just for yourself, okay? More than what you've been conditioned. More than what we've been conditioned. It's okay to keep things to yourself. I hope this helps. Like, comment, subscribe. Show your girl some love. You know, my favorite thing to do is be like, hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hit that hype button so other people can be exposed to this, because I really feel like This is information that could help so many people. There are so many people that were in situations like I did, that grew up in narcissistic households, that just don't know what to do, that have this level of moral upstanding, that where they feel like lying is foreign, where the truth just almost starts to blurt out. To just let them know, hey, you don't owe anybody that. You don't owe them that. Actually, you owe it to yourself to start being more private. And that secrecy, if you're growing, a lot of people have had that religious conditioning. It is not a sin. You're not all of a sudden going to be a bad person. Everything is not all of a sudden going to fall apart for you. You'll actually see how things start coming together and how you can hold on to things longer. Okay, thank you.